阿门。各位弟兄姊妹，大家平安。
Peace to you all, brothers and sisters.
很高兴跟大家一起在这边进行敬拜神。
I'm very glad to be here with you to worship God together.
我们来翻开约翰福音的21章。
Let's turn to John chapter 21.
约翰福音21章。
John 21.
请大家把红线夹在约翰福音21章。
Please put your bookmark here.
约翰福音21章的12节。
John chapter 21, verse 12.
21章12节，耶稣说：“你们来吃早饭。”继续。
John chapter 21, verse 12. Jesus said to them, "Come and have breakfast."
今天我们来思想这一节。
So today we're going to consider and ponder this.
耶稣说：“我们来吃早饭。”
Jesus said, "Come and have breakfast."
不晓得你今天早上有没有吃早饭？
I'm not sure if you had breakfast this morning.
看起来早餐很重要。
And it looks like breakfast is very important.
所以耶稣也邀请我们来吃早餐。
So here Jesus has invited us to have breakfast.
很多养生专家他们这样说。
Many health professionals say,
我们早上要吃得好，晚上要吃得少。
In the morning we have to eat well, and in the evening we have to eat less.
那我们今天下午来看21章的第1节到14节。
So today we'll take a look at verse 1 to 14.
那我们用这个题目，我们来谈3点。
And with this topic, we'll talk about 3 points.
就是第一点，我们来谈寻找食物。
The first is to seek food.
那第二点，我们来谈耶稣说：“你们有吃的没有？”
And the second point is Jesus asked them, "Have you eaten?"
那第三点，我们来谈来吃。
And the third point, come and eat.
那我们来看21章的第1节。
So we'll take a look at chapter 21, verse 1.
21章第1节。
Chapter 21, verse 1.
这些事以后，耶稣在提比利亚海又向门徒显现，他怎样显现，记载下面。
Chapter 21, verse 1. Afterward, Jesus appeared again to his disciples by the Sea of Tiberias. It happened this way.
提比利亚海就是加利利海。
And the Sea of Tiberias is the Sea of Galilee.
那14节说呢，这是耶稣死里复活之后第3次向他们显现。
And in verse 14, it says that this was the third time Jesus appeared to them after he was raised from the dead.
那如果我们读第2节呢，就会知道说，这边有几个门徒在海边在这个地方啊。
And it mentions in verse 2 several disciples at this place.
这里有西门，有多马，有拿但业。
There was Simon, Thomas, and Nathaniel.
第2节说还有西比泰的2个儿子，就是约翰跟雅各。
Verse 2 continues and said 2 sons of Zebedee, which is James and John.
所以我们看到有5个使徒在这里。
So there were 5 disciples here.
我们知道总共有12个使徒，
And we knew that there were 12
其他的
disciples,
人到哪里去了呢？
but where had the rest
我
gone?
们知道主耶稣已经复活了，那门徒也分散了。
And we know that after Jesus resurrected, his disciples had scattered.
那复活之后，他们又慢慢的聚集在一起。
And slowly, after he had resurrected, they slowly started
所
together
以这
again.
5个使徒加上2个门徒，第二节说有2个门徒，他们总共7个人呢，他们在一处。
So it says here that there were 5 apostles and 2 disciples.
那他们7个人在一处啊。
And there were 7 in total there.
我们来读第3节。
We'll take a look at verse 3.
第3节，西门彼得对他们说：“我打鱼去。”他们说：“我们也和你同去。”他们就出去上了船，那夜并没有打着什么。
Verse 3, I'm going out to fish, Simon Peter told them, and they said, we'll go with you. So they went out and got into the boat, but
No.
that night they caught nothing.
我们就想问一个问题：彼得打鱼，他是这个休闲活动呢，还是为了要找吃的呢？
So let's ask the question, when Peter was fishing, was it for leisurely purposes or for food?
那小弟觉得应该是找吃的。
And I think that it should be for finding food.
我们知道12门徒跟耶稣基督本来是有一群妇人在支撑他们生活上的需要，
And we knew that there were a few women who were supporting the livelihoods of his 12 apostles.
那也加上有一个管钱袋的犹大，这个人也不见了，那些妇人也不见了。
And there was their treasurer, which was Judas, who had disappeared, as well as these women.
所以到底彼得怎么样来吃饭呢？
So how would Peter survive?
我想他的生活应该会成问题吧。
Perhaps he would have some difficulty in his life.
那我们都知道彼得有太太
And we knew that Peter had a wife.
如果他活在今天的世界，说不定也有手机，可能他老婆打手机给他说：“哎，honey，这个案子里面没有米了，怎么办呢？”
And perhaps if he was in modern times, his wife would call him on the cell phone and say, there's no rice left,
那
honey.
怎么办呢？
And what should we do?
彼得说：“我打鱼去啊。”
And he would say, I'm going fishing.
那其他6个说：“我们也跟着你去啊。”
And so they would say, we'll follow you there.
那这个英文说 immediately they went into the boat， 就中文没有讲得很清楚，英文说他们就是即刻他们就上船了。
And so it says very clearly in English, immediately they went to the boat.
这个字眼让我们感觉他们好像很急切的样子啊，
So it gives us a feeling that they're in a rush.
让人家想象说不晓得几天没有饭吃了怎么那么急呀？
And we wonder why they were in such a hurry. Perhaps they hadn't eaten in days.
那这样讲说他们打了一夜，并没有打着什么。
And it says here that they were fishing for a whole night and they had not caught anything.
彼得本来是一个渔夫啊，
Peter was a fisherman by
他
trade,
知道什么时候捕鱼是最容易捕到的
and he would know when the best time to fish was.
他是最有经验的。
He was the most experienced,
我们诸位在座的有没有渔夫啊？
and I don't know if there are any fishermen among us.
请问你白天打鱼容易还是晚上打鱼容易啊？
Is it easier to catch fish at night or in the day?
应该是晚上的哦。
It should be at night.
小弟也喜欢钓鱼啊，
And I like fishing as well.
有时候要钓那个凌晨的，就是要跟着 charter boat 出去钓凌晨的。
And sometimes if we want to fish at dawn, we want to follow a charter boat out.
那我们都听过一句话，就是10%的人捕90%的鱼啊。
And there's a statistic that says 10% of the people catch 90% of the
意
fish.
思就是说，有经验的渔夫他会捕到更多的鱼。
That is to say that experienced fishermen will catch more
真
fish.
的捕鱼也是一门学问哦。
And so indeed, fishing is actually a
The skill。
skill.
因为有时候你这个捕每一种鱼其实方法不太一样的。
Because there are many techniques in catching fish.
比如说你要钓 flounder 啊，你一定要 bottom fishing 啊，你要钓 yellowtail 一定是 fly fishing 啊，你这个有不同的方法捕不同的鱼啊。
So there's different methods of fishing to catch different types of fish.
所以有时候还要算潮水进来的时间出去的时间。
So you also have to look at the tides when they come in and when they go out.
我们都听过有一句话有一个词叫做 fish hole， 就是鱼洞，就是那里有更多的鱼啊。
And there's such thing as a fish hole where there's even more fish.
那所以彼得他应该是很了解、很有经验，因为他从小就是一个 从以前到现在都是一个渔夫啊。
So Peter should have a lot of experience and understanding of all these things since he was a fisherman from before until now.
但是我们读这一节，整夜他没有打着什么，我们学到什么呢？
But from this verse, the whole night he did not catch anything. What can we learn
就
from
是
this?
最大的努力加上最好的经验加上最好的时间不一定等于成功。
That is, hard work and experience may not necessarily equate to success.
我们在座的每一个人来到这个伦敦大都会，大家都希望能够赚得到一些食物大家每天都有东西可以吃。
And we've all come to London, this bustling city, in hopes that we can all earn something.
但是有时候我们也觉得说奇怪，有时候我们很努力的要去挣钱但是有时候时不以我，有时候就是赚不到钱，捕不到鱼。
And no matter how hard we work, it seems like we just can't catch fish. We can't make our money.
你再有经验，再努力也没有办法。
No matter how much experience or how hard you work, you have no way to do this.
所以圣经上才这样跟我们讲，不是依靠势力，不是依靠才能，乃是依靠神的灵方能成事。
And so in the Bible, it tells us not by might or by power, but by the Spirit of God Almighty.
所以我们常叫小朋友要背这个箴言3章5节
So we often tell our children to memorize Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
你要专心仰赖神，不要依靠自己的聪明。
That we should not rely on our own understanding, but on God.
在你所行的事上都要认定他必指引你的道路。
That in all ways we must acknowledge Him, and He will make our ways straight.
我们很聪明，我们很有经验，但是如果神不祝福，不给我们机会，也是没有办法的。
Perhaps we are wise and experienced, but if God does not give us the opportunity, we will come to
彼
nothing.
得本来是应该传福音的，
And Peter was meant to preach the
但是
gospel,
回去做自己旧的事业。
but he had returned to his old profession.
耶稣说：“离开我，你就不能做什么。”
And Jesus said, apart from me, you can do nothing.
所以弟兄姐妹，今天我们努力是应当的，有经验是更好。
So indeed, today, hard work is required and experience is good.
但是我们真的要求神给我们好机会
But we need to ask God for good opportunities,
否则不一定捕得到鱼
or else we may not catch our fish.
我一位朋友他想要移民到美国来，
And I have a friend who wants to immigrate to the United
刚
States.
开始主耶稣也带他来，也给他一个好的机会，他在大学里面做研究做这个在这个 lab 里面做研究。
And at first, God gave him a great opportunity to be a lab researcher at a
但是一
university.
段时间之后，我想神有意思把他带到加拿大，所以让那一段时间他相当的不顺利。
And for a while, things were very unsmooth, and I believe that God had a plan to bring him to Canada.
因为为了要表现嘛，那也为了这个工作可以申请到绿卡。
So in order to show that he could apply for a green card,
其实他都是第一个到公司，最后一个离开。
he always showed up first at the company and was last to leave.
他很认真啊。
He was very diligent.
但是有一天老板进门的时候就很生气的对他说
And so one day the boss came in and was very angry and told him,
然后昨天你是不是最后一个走呢？
"Were you the last to leave last
他
night?"
说是啊，像以前一样啊。
He said, "Yes, like
他
always."
说为什么你冰箱没有关好呢？
And he asked him, "Why didn't you close the fridge?"
我的朋友说这个烟网他其实没有去开那个冰箱，也没有去关那个冰箱啊。
And he was actually he didn't actually open the fridge or touch the fridge.
那你知道他们做实验的冰箱里面养了很多细菌
And they always culture a lot of bacteria in these fridges.
那细菌需要一定的温度才能够继续活下去
And they need a certain temperature to continue to live on.
那你整个晚上冰箱没有关，它几年培养出来的细菌统统死光光。
And so if the fridge is not closed properly, all these bacteria that they cultured for so long, so many years, will all die.
老板就很生气，就把他开除。
So the boss was very angry and fired him.
我的朋友就想不通
And so my friend could not understand.
我比别人花加倍的努力人家休息了我都还在上班。
I've given so much effort into this work. When they are resting, I just continue to
但
work.
是有时候神的意念高过人的意念
God's ways are higher than our ways.
但是我们会觉得真的人生你真的是你会觉得真的你很努力，但是有时候不一定有那个结果。
And sometimes we find that we work very hard, but we do not reap the result.
就像圣经上所说的，他捕了一整夜，但是并没有打着什么。
Just like it said in the Bible, he had fished for an entire night but caught nothing.
那我们再来看第二点
And we'll take a look
那
at
主耶稣很
the
慈
point
爱，
that Jesus was loving.
我们来看第4节、第5节，
Verse 4 and 5.
21章第4节、第5节。
Chapter 21, verse 4 and 5.
天将亮的时候，耶稣站在岸上，门徒却不知道是耶稣。耶稣就对他们说：“小子，你们有吃的没有？”
Verse 4, early in the morning, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. Verse 5, he called out to them, friends, had you any fish? No, they answered.
中文叫天将亮，英文叫early in the morning。其实天将亮的时候就是最黑暗的时刻了。
In Chinese, it's saying right before the sun rises, so that's the darkest time of the day.
那最黑暗的时刻，我想在彼得的一生当中呢，这一天呢，也是他一生当中最黑暗的时刻之一啊。
Perhaps in Peter's life, this was one of the darkest days of his life.
你想想看，你是彼得啊，
If you were Peter,
你真的生活上出问题了，因为没有人提供你家里跟你自己的需要了。
and you have much difficulty in your life because no one is supporting your family,
那你又很努力的打了一整个晚上的鱼啊，
and you have put so much effort into trying to fish for an entire night.
你整个晚上流泪，到现在那个微风吹来，又有一点冷，你又累又冷又渴又肚子饿。
And you're hungry and you're thirsty. The cold winds are blowing, and you've not caught anything.
如果那个时候我是彼得，我要问主耶稣一个问题啊。
At that time, I would want to ask Jesus one thing.
主耶稣，你不是答应我跟我说，天上的飞鸟不种不收，你都养活它吗？
Did you not tell me that the birds of the air do not need to reap or sow, but you will feed them?
主耶稣，你不是告诉我野地的百合花它不纺织可是所罗门王最美的日子、最繁华的日子，他所穿戴的不如这花一朵呢？
Did you not tell me that the lilies of the field do not need to toil or spin, but yet their beauty is greater than the greatest robes of
但是
Solomon?
主啊，你在哪里？
But where are you, Lord?
为什么我这么饿、这么渴、这么累？
I'm so hungry and thirsty.
你要挑战主，为什么你这样待我？
Why have you done this to me?
但是你有没有看到，在最黑暗的时候，主耶稣默默地站在岸边。
But do we not see that in the darkest of times, Jesus is quietly standing on the shore?
你如果继续往下读呢，主耶稣手上拿着鱼跟饼啊，
If we continue reading onwards, we see that in his hand he's holding
在那
bread.
边默默地等待彼得他们回头，
He's waiting for them quietly for them to turn back.
但是门徒却不知道啊。
But the disciples did not know.
所以弟兄姐妹，在你生命当中最黑暗的时刻，也许你看不到主耶稣，
So perhaps, brothers and sisters, in the darkest time of your lives, perhaps you can't see,
但是其实主耶稣默默地在旁边爱着你，
but he is standing beside you, loving you,
他等着你回头啊。
and he's waiting for you to turn
其实
around.
有时候不是主耶稣不爱我们，
Sometimes it's not that Jesus does not love us,
是我们自己离开主耶稣太远了。
it's because we have fallen away too far from
我
Jesus,
们背对了主耶稣，走我们自己的道路。
and we have gone on our own path and not the path of Jesus.
真的，所以你看不到主耶稣对你生活上的关爱。
We've not seen the love of God in our lives.
直到你回头，你看到岸边默默的一个人在那边等着你回来。
But only when we turn around, we'll see this person standing there waiting for us to turn back.
他手上带着吃的，
And he is holding food for us.
不只是他手上带着吃的，他还这样跟你说
And not only this, but he says to：“ us,
小子，你们有吃的没有
friends, have you eaten?”
我们要知道，这是主耶稣的第一句话。
And this was the first phrase from Jesus.
所以弟兄姐妹，今天我们要了解，其实主耶稣真的很关心你吃的问题。
So, dear brothers and sisters, we have to understand that Jesus really cares about our food.
我们台湾人见面的第一句话常常说：“你吃饱没？你吃饱了没有？”
And for Chinese people and Taiwanese people especially, their first phrase when they see you will be, "Have you eaten?"
因为我们觉得吃喝非常重要。
Because we really place great emphasis in eating and drinking.
那主耶稣其实也很关心你的肚子啊。
And Jesus actually cares about your stomach too.
所以我觉得我们应该把这句话深深的放在我们心里面。
So we should take this phrase and put it in our hearts.
他这样这样爱心的呼唤着叫着，
And with love, he
calling.
was calling out,
小子，你有吃的没有？
"Friends, have you eaten?"
他真的关心你的需要。
He really cares about your needs.
弟兄姐妹，我们要知道，其实从圣经看起来我们真的主耶稣都很关心我们最基本的需要。
Brothers and sisters, we have to know that from the Bible, Jesus really cares about our basic
一
needs.
个真的追求神的人哦，你真的不用太担心吃什么、喝什么、穿什么。
For those who truly pursue God, we don't have to worry about what we'll eat, what we'll drink, what we'll wear.
从旧约到新约，请问你看过哪一个圣徒没有饭吃饿死的？
And from the Old and New Testaments, have you ever seen any of the saints not having food?
你还记得以利亚躲着亚哈王的时候，他躲在基利溪旁。
And we know that Elijah, when he was running from Ahab, he was by the brook of Cherith.
请问神差遣什么来喂他呢？
And what did God send to feed him?
是乌鸦，对不对？
They were the ravens.
请问是一只还是多只乌鸦？
Was it one or many?
英文说 ravens，right？ 就是很多只的乌鸦，一只大概以利亚会吃不饱啊，因为他叼的饼跟肉不够。
In English, it's ravens, so plural. So perhaps he knew that just one raven would not give him enough food, so he sent many.
那乌鸦其实是很聪明又很贪吃的动物。
Ravens are actually very smart, but also creatures that really love food.
那个挪亚跟动物大概住在方舟里面生活了1年呢。
And so Noah was cohabitating with these animals in the ark for about a year.
请问这个挪亚第一次差遣动物出去帮他看水退了没有，是差遣什么动物？
And the first time he sent an animal out to see if the waters had receded, which animal was it?
也是乌鸦嘛，对不对？
It's also a raven.
那这个乌鸦很聪明啊，
And this raven was very smart.
他知道那个他很贪吃了，他知道外面有很多那个腐败的尸体嘛，他为了吃他就是不愿意回到方舟里面来。
And so they're very smart and always after food, so they know there are many decaying bodies out there, so perhaps they'll eat that instead of return to the ark.
但是他也知道在那个时代方舟是唯一安全的地方，
But they also knew that the ark was the only safe place,
所以他也不敢离开方舟太远呢。
so they wouldn't dare to leave the ark.
所以圣经讲的就飞来飞去，飞来飞去，
So in the Bible it says that this raven would fly back and forth,
就是不愿意进到方舟里面来，他知道进来之后就没有自由了，
but he wouldn't fly into the ark because he knew that he would not
但
have
是
any
不
freedom.
敢离开方舟太远了。
But he wouldn't depart from the ark too
那今天
far.
很多信徒也是跟这些乌鸦一样
And many times today, these believers are just like these
我们也知道
ravens.
真耶稣教会是这个时代唯一得救的教会，
We know that True Jesus Church is the only church that can be saved
That's
in
it.
this time.
但是世界又太美好了，你知道吗？
But the world is too wonderful.
所以我们也是飞来飞去，飞来飞去，就是不愿意真的把我们全心全意放在教会里面，放在主耶稣身上。
So just the same, we're flying back and forth, back and forth. We are not willing to put our hearts wholeheartedly into the church.
我们又爱世界又爱神啊，
We love the world, but we also love
因为
God.
知道神才是安全感唯一的来源啊。
Because we know that God is the source of all safety and security.
所以挪亚就是这我们在那个挪亚的时候说，乌鸦真的很聪明又很贪吃。
So we know that through the story of Noah, that ravens are very smart, but also love
那
food.
个乌鸦到底多聪明呢？
And how smart are they?
如果你到 YouTube 去你就看到乌鸦怎么吃坚果nuts。
If we take a look at YouTube, we can see how ravens eat nuts.
那个坚果乌鸦嘴巴打不开啊，
And they can't actually break the shell with their teeth.
那乌鸦很聪明，就把那个坚果丢到马路上去，让车子去把它压过去。
So they're actually very smart to throw these nuts onto the road and let the cars crush them.
所以呢，这个车子过去之后，它下去吃啊。
So after the cars have run these nuts over, they'll go and eat.
后来乌鸦觉得这样做太危险了，
And after a while, they figured this is a bit dangerous.
他后来就选那个，这个是日本的选那个人行道人行道上面有一条电线杆，他就停在电线杆上面呢。那个人行道那个行人不能走，车子可以走的时候，他就丢 nuts 丢那个坚果。那行人可以走，车子不能走的时候，他就挥下来吃的。
So in Japan, we see a very smart raven, and they go to a pedestrian crossing. When the cars are running over it, they'll drop the nut on the ground and let the cars run over it. And then when the pedestrians are crossing, then they'll go and pick up the remnant.
他这样很安全因为行人走路他很安全，他可以吃得很安心
Because they know that when the pedestrians are crossing and there's no cars coming back and forth, it's very safe.
那我们要记得神 特别差遣又贪吃又聪明的乌鸦来养活以利亚。
So we know that God specifically sent these ravens who were very smart but also loved food to feed Elijah.
那所以神如果可以这样做，我们就知道这个神也可以养活我们呐。
So we know that if God can do this, He can also sustain us.
如果我是以利亚每天早上他送饼跟肉来的时候，我可能问他
If I was Elijah, every time they brought me bread and meat, I would ask,
他说乌鸦乌鸦，今天晚上你还来吗？
Raven, are you coming back tonight?
乌鸦可能会说什么？
And what would the raven say?
他大概不会说什么，他会说呱呱，对不对？
He probably wouldn't say much.
那你如果等待他晚上又再来了，
So you will wait again for him to come in the evening.
这个就是信心的生活。
And this is the life of faith.
那所以弟兄姐妹，主耶稣说：“小子，你有吃的没有？”
So brothers and sisters, Jesus said, "Friend, have you eaten?"
连以利亚都可以被喂养，他真的没有办法养活你吗？
And if he could sustain Elijah, does he not have the ability to sustain you as
我
well?
们这些书教有位长老，是谢顺道长老，他写了一本书，叫做《亲眼见神》。
And Preacher Shea from our church has written a book called Seeing God
with his own eyes
with his own eyes.
那他这里面的这个书里面很多他个人的见证。
And there's a lot of personal testimonies in this book.
因为早期的传道人他们薪水不多，
Because in the early days, these preachers did not have a high
但
salary.
是他就谈到主耶稣怎么样照顾他们的肚子。
And so he would testify about how Jesus took care of their livelihood.
有一次那个他们家因为过年要煎年糕那油少了
And so they needed to make special cakes for New Year's.
那油少了，
And there was
都有
there was no oil.
少了不是没有一点点而已，不够
There
不够
was not enough oil.
那结果呢，他们怎么办呢？
So what did they do?
边道边喊哈利路亚，哈利路亚，哈利路亚，哈利路
And
亚。
as they poured, they would say hallelujah each time they poured.
怎么边一直到油一直出来呢？
But then as they poured, there was just more and more oil coming out.
这个话就到以利沙时代的神迹也发生在他们家里面呢。
And so this reminds us of the miracle in the time of Elisha. And the miracle has also happened in their household.
他另外一个见证谈到说，他们家有1只公鸡，12只母鸡。
And he also testified there was one rooster and 12 hens.
但是他每一天可以捡13个蛋。
But he could every day he could get 13 eggs.
他现在想，这个难道公鸡也下蛋吗？
And he was wondering if this rooster also laying eggs.
他说主耶稣行神迹会这么离谱吗？
Would the miracles of Jesus be so out there?
结果是有母鸡一天可以下2个蛋不是公鸡可以下蛋。
And it wasn't that the rooster could actually lay eggs, but that one of the hens was laying 2 eggs.
他说那个下的蛋还不是一般的蛋呢，那个蛋常常有2个蛋黄。
And they weren't actually the normal eggs, but sometimes they had twin yolks inside.
所以在他的一生当中就体会到主耶稣这句话
And so in his lifetime, he really experienced this phrase from Jesus.
小子，你有吃的没有？
Friends, have you eaten?
所以弟兄姐妹，我们真的要有信心，
So we need, brothers and sisters, we do need to have
你
faith.
真的要追求神的国、神的义
If we pursue his righteousness and his
外邦
kingdom,
人所求的都要加给你。
then everything else will be given unto
但是我们
you.
要记得主耶稣手上是拿着鱼跟饼绝对不是鲍鱼跟龙虾
So we have to remember that Jesus carries in his hand bread and fish, not abalone and lobster.
那个我们信耶稣不是为了要吃鲍鱼跟龙虾啦，
We believe in Jesus not because we want abalone and lobster,
主耶稣我们基本的需要，主耶稣会提供我们的。
but all our basic needs that Jesus will provide.
那主耶稣不只是口头上关心
And he doesn't just care about us in word.
他还给我们机会，给我们方法。
He also gives us opportunity and methods.
我们来看第6节，
Take a look at verse 6.
21章第6节，
Chapter 21, verse 6.
耶稣说：“你们把网撒在右边，就必得着。他们便撒下网去，竟拉不上来，因为鱼甚多。”
Verse 6, he said, "Throw your net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some." And when they did, they were unable to hold the net in because of the large number of fish.
我读到这里也觉得非常奇妙呢。
And here I find it very interesting
你知道那个时候他们的船跟岸边很近，所以讲话听得到。
because they were actually quite close to the shore. You could hear people speaking from the shore.
实际上讲，他们只离岸边200走，大概就是走200步了。
And they were about 200 paces from shore.
那我请问大家几个问题哦，这个一般大鱼到底在这个沿岸找得到，还是深海找得到？
So my question to you is, these large fish, can we find them near the shore or in the deep oceans?
应该都是在大海里面嘛，对不对？
It should be in the ocean.
不晓得大家有没有去夏威夷的哈纳乌马贝？
I'm not sure if you've been to Hanauma Bay in Hawaii.
你们如果要度蜜月哦，可以试试看这个地方，
If you need to go on honeymoon, you can try this place.
很漂亮。
It's very
你
beautiful.
可以度这个snorkel， 你可以潜泳啊，潜泳。
You can snorkel there.
那个你这个潜泳，你会知道那个里面浅海啊，那个 reef 里面啊，哇，各样不同的这个热带鱼啊，有黄色的，有红色的，有紫色的，有线条的，哇，这个漂亮的海底世界。
And if you go snorkeling at this reef, you'll see many beautiful fish, yellow, red, purple, and some with stripes.
因为小弟在那边住牧大概10年了哈，
And I was pastoring that church for
哇
about
真
10
的一个很
years.
漂亮的地方。
It's very beautiful.
那有一次一个 local 有一个土著啊，就跟我说，
And one of the locals had once told me,
然后说你要不要到深海去？你跟着我，我带你到深海去啊。
come with me and I'll take you to the deep ocean.
啊，我那一天就跟着他游啊，
So I went with him.
我们游得很远哦，
And we swam quite
我
far.
发现到那个景色就完全变了
And I found that the scenery had completely
啊。
changed.
首先看到一只很大的乌龟啊，
I saw a giant turtle.
那个其实有一些人在追这只乌龟啊，
And some people were chasing this turtle.
啊，他就往我这边游啊，
So it came and swam towards me.
那我不知道怎么办，
And I didn't know what to
我只
do.
好把它推开啊。
Oh, I just pushed it away.
那再看到的就是很多，再来这个颜色就不是那么鲜艳了。深海里面的鱼都比较大，但是颜色都是黑色的、灰色，就比较颜色没有那么鲜艳了。
And I found that the fish that I saw were very big, but their colors were not as vibrant.
那所以我就会知道说，浅海鱼是小的，深海鱼是大的。
So I knew that in the shallow waters they're very small fish, but in the deep ocean they're very large.
但是很奇妙，他们在岸边可以捕到153条大鱼啊
But！indeed, it was very miraculous that they could catch 153 large fish so close to shore.
所以神如果要祝福人哦，你真的怎么挡你也挡不住啊！
So if God wants to bless you, no matter how you try to defend it, you
So
will
it's-
not be able to.
所以神如果要祝福人哦，就是不可能也变成可能啊！
So if God wants to bless us, the impossible will be possible.
哦，所以我们看到神真的很奇妙哦。
So God is truly miraculous.
我们来看21章的11节，
We'll take a look at chapter 21, verse
21
11.
章11节，
Chapter 21, verse
21
11.
章11节，西门彼得就去把网拉上岸边，那网满的大鱼共153条，鱼虽这么多，网却没有破。
Verse 11, Simon Peter climbed aboard and dragged the net ashore. It was full of large fish, 153, but even with so many, the net was not torn.
你想想看哦，如果鱼这么多，网破了怎么办呢？
And we can think if they had so many fish and this net was torn, what would happen?
我在想哦，那可能比没有钓到鱼感受到更难过，真的。
I think that if this net was indeed torn, it would be actually much harder than if they hadn't caught any fish at all.
没有鱼已经很难过了，有了鱼有溜掉，哦，那个真的是很不甘愿的。
And if you didn't have fish, that's one thing. But if you had caught so many fish and lost them all, that's even worse.
尤其小弟去钓鱼啊，我知道我钓到一条很大的鱼，为什么？因为那个杆子啊弯得很厉害。
And once I was fishing and I knew I caught a very large fish because the pole was very bent.
啊，所以需要又拉，稍微放，再拉，稍微放这样子，
So I had to reel it in and then release it, then reel it in some more.
要跟他 fight， 要跟他 fight 啊。
And I had to fight with this fish.
结果快要被我拉上来之后，突然之间他把饵咬断了，啪，不见了。
And then when I was just about to reel it in at the very last moment,
哦，那个失落感真的很大哦。
I lost the fish and I felt great loss.
我在想，如果鱼真的破洞啊，那个彼得可能会，我们谈话说很重点的哦，很失望的。
And if this net was torn at this point in time, then Peter would be disappointed.
那所以在箴言的我们看一下箴言10章22节，
We'll take a look at Proverbs chapter 10, verse 22.
箴言10章22节，
Proverbs 10:22.
箴言10章22节，
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 22.
主所赐的福使人富足，并不加上忧虑。
Proverbs 10, verse 22. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth, but he adds no trouble.
真的，如果这个是从主耶稣来的，你有平安的心啊，有主耶稣的保守。
And if this is truly from God, and you have the peace from God.
你看这个世界上很多人这个捕了153条大鱼，
And here they had fished
这
for
个世界上
in this world, who has caught
很多人抓很多鱼，但是他们身体的网破掉了。
in this world, many people have caught 153 fish, but their net in their heart has been broken.
Their body，
Their body has
他们
been
失去
broken.
健康了。
They have lost their health.
那你失去健康，你所赚的吃不到有什么用呢？
And because they have lost their health, even if you gain these fish, what use is it?
有的人捕了150条大鱼，他们家庭的网破掉了。
And for many people, they have caught 153 large fish, but their families are broken.
他们的婚姻破掉了。
Their marriages are broken.
那你想有什么喜乐呢？
So what joy is there
他
left?
们的孩子的网破掉了。
Their children's net has been broken.
所以那个孩子成为他们心中永远的痛。
So their children have now become a constant pain.
那你捕了这么多鱼，你赚了这么多钱，有什么用呢？
So even if you have all this wealth, what use is it?
甚至有的人他们信仰的网破掉了。
And for many people, their net of faith has broken.
所以圣经上讲，人赚了全世界，失去生命有什么意义呢？
So the Bible tells us, what use is it if we gain the whole world yet forfeit our
人可
soul?
以用什么换生命呢？
So what should we trade in for our lives?
但是神把这个彼得他们所捕的鱼的网给他保守住了。
But God has allowed this net to stay intact.
所以弟兄姐妹主耶稣真的很关心我们的需要。
So brothers and sisters, Jesus truly cares for our needs.
我们一定要记得他这样说
We have to remember that He has said,
你们有吃的没有？
"Have you eaten?"
我们再来看最后一点，就是耶稣最后说来吃。
And we'll go to our third point, which is Jesus saying, "Come and eat."
我们来看21章第9节，
So we'll take a look at chapter 21, verse 9.
他们上了岸，就看见那里有炭火，上面有鱼又有饼，很多。
Verse 9, when they landed, they saw a fire of burning coals, and there were fish on it, and some bread.
请问这个鱼跟饼是谁带来的？
And who brought this fish and bread?
这是主耶稣带来的
This。is brought by Jesus.
他在暗中默默等待的时候就有了。
And when he was waiting on the shore quietly, he already had these
我
things.
看到这边真的很感动，因为主耶稣会做早餐呢。
I was really touched here because I knew that Jesus knew how to make breakfast.
不晓得在座多少这个男人会做早餐给家里吃
I'm not sure how many men among us will know how to make breakfast for our families.
这个你知道，在清凉的早晨，那个鱼跟饼在炭火上面是热热的食物啊。
And so we know that early in the morning when there is fish and bread on burning coals, it's nice and hot.
有时候在想，主耶稣真的很慈爱
And Jesus is really compassionate.
如果是我的话
If it were me,
我一定会对门徒很失望啊。
I would be very disappointed with these disciples.
明明跟我3年教你们3年，怎么我不在了就走自己的路，真的是很没有用。
You have followed me for 3 years, and when I'm gone, you just go back to your old ways. How useless.
所以我大概也会准备面包
And perhaps I would have prepared some bread,
但是我不会烤给他们吃，
but I wouldn't bake it for them.
我都会用丢的，
I'd
给
probably,
你，给你，给你，
I'd probably throw it at them
就是表示一下我的 frustration 啊，
just to show a little bit of my
所以
frustration
我的失望嘛，对不对？
and show my disappointment.
这主耶稣真的很慈爱，
But Jesus had great compassion.
真的问他们有没有吃的，就开始煮早餐了。
And he asked them if they'd eaten and started cooking breakfast for them.
这个实在是，那我们再来看，我们再来读第10节
Now we'll continue verse 10.
第10节，耶稣对他们说：“把刚打的鱼拿几条来。”
Verse 10, Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish you have just caught."
那弟兄姐妹，我们要记得这句话。如果有一天主耶稣祝福你抓这么多鱼你要记得耶稣说拿几条鱼过来了。
And you have to remember this phrase: if God indeed blesses us with many, many fish, we need to remember to bring some fish to Jesus.
本来你是捕了一个晚上，一只都打不到的，
Originally, you had been fishing a whole entire night and caught nothing.
但是一下子给你这么多，
And all of a sudden, He's given you so many
你
fish.
你给大概15条吧，15条15条16条了1/10。
Maybe you need to give 15 or 16 fish, 1/10.
那你还有多少
How many do you have remaining?
？153减15多少？137是吧？你还有这么多条
You have 137 fish left.
你应该满足啦。
You should be
所以
satisfied.
要给主耶稣几条啦。
So just remember to give Jesus a
如
few
果你真
fish.
的可以给主耶稣几条，代表什么意思呢？
And If we truly can give Jesus these fish, what does this
你
mean?
是承认你这个拥有的是主耶稣给你祝福的，凭着你什么都做不到的。
You have acknowledged that Jesus has given you everything that you have.
我们看历代志上的29章，
Let's take a look at First Chronicles
历代志上
29.
29章的11节到14节，
First Chronicles 29 verse 11.
历代志上29章11节到14节，
First Chronicles 29 verse 11 to 14.
11节到14节。
Verse 11 to 14.
主啊，尊大、能力、荣耀、强盛、威严都是你的，环天上地下都是你的，国度也是你的，并且你为至高，为万有之首。12节，丰富尊荣都从你而来，你也治理万物，在你手里有大能大力，使人尊大强盛都出于你。13节，我们的神啊，现在我们称赞你，赞美你，荣耀之名。14节，我算什么？我的名算什么？竟人如此乐意奉献，因为万物都是从你而来，我们把从你而来的献给你。
Verse 11, Yours, O Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the majesty and the splendor, for everything in heaven and the earth is yours. Yours, O Lord, is the kingdom, and you are exalted as head over all. Verse 12, Wealth and honor come from you. You are the ruler of all things. In your hands are strength and power, to exalt and to give strength to all. Verse 13, Now, our God, we give you thanks and praise your glorious name. Verse 14, But who am I and who are my people that we should be able to give as generously as this? Everything comes from you, and we have given you only what comes from your hand.
这大卫歌颂神，真的万物都是神的，
Here David praises the Lord that everything is the
无
Lord.
论是大能大力、尊荣国度，都是神的。
Whether it was glory, power, or majesty, it is all God.
我们所拥有的都是神赐给我们的。
Everything we have is given to us by
我
God.
们现在能够甘心的奉献，是把神给我们的拿一点点回去给神而已啦。
So we need to be willing to give a little bit of what God has given us back to Him.
这个是我们感恩的一种表现呢。
This is one show of our gratitude.
这样我们再来看马拉基书3章10节。
Also look at Malachi chapter
我想这个
10.
经文我们很熟啊。
And I believe we're all very familiar with
马拉基书
that.
3章10节，
Malachi 3:10.
3章10节，
3 verse 10.
万军之主说：“你们要将当纳的1/10前来收入仓库，使我的家有粮，以此是我为你们敞开天上的窗户，请福于你们，甚至无处可容。”
Verse 10, Bring the whole tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that you will not have room enough for it.
我们本来不应该试探神的，
We should not test God,
但是人很软弱，
but we are weak.
有时候从口袋里面拿出东西来不容易啊。
Many times it's hard for us to take something out of our pocket.
那主耶稣说你可以试试看哦，这圣经说你可以试试看，
But here it says we can test this.
看我会不会祝福你啊。
Test me if I will bless you.
所以一个长老这样说了，
So one of the elders has
如
said,
果你从来没有奉献的习惯啊，
if you don't have the habit of tithing or
没有
offering,
奉献过11天的习惯，你试半年看看。
he says if you've not don't have this habit of offering, then try it out for 6 months
你看看主耶稣有没有给你更少，
and see if Jesus gives you less,
或者主耶稣在很多地方反而祝福你呢？
or whether he will bless you in many different
这个
aspects.
长老又这样说啊，
And this elder continued,
他说如果你有2份工作，
if you have 2 jobs,
那你从来没有奉献的习惯，你就1份工作奉献看看。
and if you don't have this habit of offering, you should try to offer 1 job
那你看看，你比较2个工作，主耶稣在哪个工作祝福你多一点哦？
and see in which job that Jesus will bless you more.
那这是神让人来爱他的一种方法。
And this is a way that Jesus allows us to love him.
那其实这是本分啊。
But this is actually our duty.
你想想看哦，你可以找到1份工作，这真的是你比人家更聪明吗？
When you think about it, if we find a job, is it because we're smarter than others?
如果今天主耶稣没有给我们健康，我们有办法继续做得下去吗？
If Jesus did not give us health today, could we continue working?
所以仔细想，真的一切都是神的恩赐啊。
So we need to think, and when we think clearly, we will see that everything is a blessing.
所以是本分。
This is our duty.
我们看马拉基书3章8节，是从负面的方式来说的哦。
Let's take a look at Malachi chapter 3, verse 8. It's coming from a negative perspective.
他说：“人岂可夺起神之物呢？你们竟夺起我的供物。你们却说，我们在何事上夺起你的供物呢？就是你们在当纳的1/10和当献的供物上去夺。”
Verse 8. Will a man rob God? Yet you rob me. But you ask, how do we rob you in tithes and offerings?
这里圣经上用这个字 “rob”，就是抢、打劫的意思哦。
And it's using the word rob here that reminds us of like a robbery or burglary.
这个跟偷不太一样。
It's quite different from stealing.
昨天我在巴黎啊，
And yesterday I was in Paris.
那个坐 subway 的时候呢，你会听到一个 announcement， 一个广播。
And on the subway there was an announcement.
它不只是用华语，它还用这个英语，还用日本话，还用中文广播。
They had an announcement that they did in French as well as English, Mandarin, and
那
Japanese.
意思就是说呢，小心扒手啊，自己的贵重的东西要保护好。
And the message was basically beware of theft and just watch out for your own
我
belongings.
心里想，哇，巴黎这么罗曼蒂克的地方，怎么现在扒手这么多？连那个 subway 都用不同语言来宣告了。
And I thought that such a romantic place like Paris, how come they need to make this announcement and in so many languages?
那可见扒手真的很多啊。
But indeed, there's many robbers there,
那 robber
thieves there.
那个扒手跟那个 rob 又不一样，那个 steal 跟 rob 又不一样。
A thief is actually quite different from rob.
如果你到南非去，他不是偷你东西，他是把你打倒，再把你东西拿走啊。
In South Africa, if you go there,
South Africa，
in South Africa, if you go there, they don't actually just steal your things; they actually beat you and then take your things,
这个叫打劫啊。
and that is robbery.
那主要是说，如果没有奉献，不是偷哦，是 rob， 是打劫哦。
So here Jesus says that if you do not give tithe, you're not just stealing; you're actually robbing God.
好像把我们主耶稣打个半死，然后再把他的钱拿走啊。
It's like we're beating God and then taking His money.
那我们再看到他们在吃之前，主耶稣说拿几条，原来是先在你们吃之前，你们享用前先拿几条给我。
And so, in back to the story, it says that Jesus says, "Before you eat, please give me some fish."
那小弟以前刚移民到美国的时候，其实很穷哦。
And when I first immigrated to the U.S., I was actually very poor.
那有一个月就跟主耶稣商量一下，
And once I bargained with God,
他说哦，先让我用一用，下个月我再补给你好不好？
and I told God, "You just let me use it for now, and I'll just give it to you next month."
结果那个月啊，那个车子就坏掉了。
And that month, my car broke down.
那我修车的钱刚好是我11捐的钱呐、
And the car repair money was exactly my tithe.
我就知道说，原来神的意思真的要先拿给我啊。
But so I knew that Jesus wants me to first give it to Him.
你还记得以利亚跟那个撒勒瓦的寡妇怎么说吗？
And do you remember what Elijah said to the widow of Zarephath?
先给我做一个饼，先做一个饼给我啦。
First make a cake for me.
那个你还记得那个寡妇说她捡几根柴就可以做完那个饼吗？
Because the widow had said, I would just pick up a few sticks to make.
你还记得捡几根柴吗
Do you remember
？How many sticks？
how many sticks she needed to pick up?
2根柴啊，
2 sticks.
你就知道那个饼有多小，2根柴就可以把它做完了。
And we can imagine how small this cake she was baking
那
was.
么那么小的一个饼嘛，以利亚说先做一个给我先呢。
And this cake would be indeed very small if only 2 sticks could actually bake it. But Elijah said, you must bake the cake.
这个有一个道理在里面的。
There's a teaching here.
耶稣说先拿几条来，把刚打的先拿几条来先哦。
And Jesus here said, first bring me some fish.
这是尊重神的一个方法
This is one way to respect God.
我们来看列王记上的10章10节。
And we'll take a look at 1 Kings chapter
列王记上10章10节。
10, verse 10.
10章10节，这个所罗门王就是和平的君，可以表主耶稣基督。
And King Solomon is the Prince of Peace, which can prefigure Jesus.
当时示巴女王就奉献给他哦，
And here the Queen of Sheba had offered.
所以是奉献给他先呐。
She first offered to him.
第10章第10节。
Chapter 10, verse 10.
于是示巴女王将128年得的金子和宝石和许多的香料，又送给所罗门王。他送给王的香料以后奉来的不再有那么多金多。
Verse 10, and she gave the king 110 talents of gold, large quantities of spices and precious stones. Never again were there so many spices brought in as those the Queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon.
他先给所罗门王之后的结果是什么呢？
And so what was the result of her giving to King Solomon?
我们看13节，
Take a look at verse
示巴女
13.
王一切所要所求的，所罗门王都给他。
And in verse 13, King Solomon gave the Queen of Sheba all she desired and asked for.
另外照自己的后裔馈送他。
And besides, she left.
然后呢，女王跟他的臣仆转回本国去，所以不但是他所要所求给他，还照自己的意思厚赠给他。
And so he not only gave her everything she wanted, but
according to his own will, he gave whatever he thinks proper to the queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
OK， 好，所以我们就看到，真的先给主耶稣的那个福气是大的。
So we know that if we first give to Jesus, we will be blessed.
那给了之后，主耶稣说什么？
And so after they had given to Jesus, what did he say?
就是说来吃啊。
He said, "Come eat."
主耶稣拿了这几条大鱼，是不是就回家了？这个鱼通通归他了。
Once he had this fish, did he just go home?
是不是我们奉献的钱，你们的传道人通通拿到自己的银行账户去了？
Is it so that when we offer, the preachers will take your money
and save in his own account?
and save it to their own account?
不是啊，
It is not
耶
so.
稣说大家来吃啊，
He says, "Come and eat."
你们的奉献的钱是大家来享受的，
Your offerings come for all of us to
我们
share.
一起吃爱餐
We will eat our
啊，
fellowship
我们有一
meals.
些 utility 要这个要付 bill
We need to pay our utility
啊，
bills.
我们很多事情需要费用
And we need to pay for many
啊，
different
所以大
things.
家一起来享受主里的爱。
So we will all share in the love of God
弟
together.
兄姊妹，今天我们用来吃早餐啊，做一起彼此的勉励。
So today we'll come and have breakfast as our mutual encouragement.
我们知道我们大家都在找食物吃，
And we know we're all searching for food to
我
eat.
们记得我们最大的努力跟最好的经验不等于我们可以成功。
We know that our greatest efforts and our best experience will not necessarily equate to
所以
success.
我们要常常求主耶稣给我们好机会。
So we need to pray to God to give us good
我们要
opportunities.
常常记得主耶稣那句话：“小子，你有吃的没有
And we need to remember this phrase from God, "Friend, have you eaten?"
啊？”他真的很关心你的肚子，
He really cares for your stomach.
真的你不用太烦恼吃什么、喝什么、穿什么，
You don't frustrate or worry about what to eat, what to drink, or what to wear.
他会给你看见一个机会
He will let you see
啊，
opportunities,
他会保守你所得的。
and He will protect what you have
如果有一
gained.
天主耶稣祝福你很多，
If Jesus has blessed you with much,
要记得先拿几条来，
you have to remember first bring some to
一
Him.
起来唱诗
Let's sing hymn
368首。
368.
I just live for my today. Your sunshine, your sun is touching me. I know Lord, we have not future. For I know what Jesus said. But today, Lord, is like you. Your return is Every step is catching water. Just like gold, just like gold. Every life is getting lighter. Every heart is where the sun is always shining. There will just touch the sky. If they
Please be seated.
好，感谢王传道的勉励。
And we thank Dr. Wang for his
好，
encouragement.
我们现在要做结束的祷告。
So we'll now have a concluding prayer.
在祷告当中，我们有一些祷告代祷的事项。
And we have a few intercessory requests.
那有几位信徒身体欠安了，我们来去为他们祷告。
And there are a few members who are weak physically.
好，我们继续为我们 Sophie 姐妹 Sophie B 姐妹代祷。
We'll continue to pray for Sister Sophie Lee.
我们也为我们的王金爱姐妹代祷。
And we'll continue to pray for Sister Campbell Wong.
好，我们也继续为我们的 Mary 妈姐妹代祷。
We'll also pray for Sister Mary Ma.
我们也为这个 Calgary 教会的一个 Irene Chow 姐妹来去代祷。
We'll also pray for Sister Irene Chow in Calgary Church.
我们也继续的为Julie Esme 还有她的家人来去代祷。
And we'll continue to pray for Sister Julie and Esme and their family.
我们知道说我们在12月份的时候，我们已经选出这个新一届的教会负责人了。
And in December, we have chosen the new term for the church board.
我们现在这一次的祷告呢，我们特别要求伦敦教会的同龄为这新一届的负责人来去代祷。
And as we'll especially ask London members to pray for these new church board members.
所以我们在这祷告当中，我们请我们教会新一届的负责人到前面来祷告。
So here we will ask the new church board members to come to the front.
我们邀请传道来为我们按手来去祷告。
And we'll ask the preacher to lay hands on us and pray.
求主耶稣给我们这些这能力跟智慧。
And to pray to God to give us power and wisdom.
有这个爱心，有这个忍耐。
To have love and the patience.
来去做神的工
And to do the work of God.
所以我们在这次祷告当中也要求信徒特别为这新一届的负责人来去代祷。
So in this prayer, we especially ask all the members to pray for this new church
我
board.
们这次祷告，我们会祷告15分钟。
And in this prayer, we'll pray for 15 minutes.
所以我们请教负责人到前面来一起祷告。
So we ask the church board to come to the front.
我们同心合意一起跪下来祷告。
So we'll kneel down and pray in one accord.
我 Jesus loves me. Jesus loves me. Jesus loves me. I am so glad that Jesus loves me. Jesus loves me. I am so glad that Jesus loves me. Jesus loves me. Jesus loves me. I am so glad that Jesus loves me. Jesus loves
给大家在座都有我们一些报告。
Seated for a few moments.
我们知道说，已经过去几个星期啊，我们都在讲到这个英总的那个文宣啊，他们要出一个我们说见证集啊。
We've mentioned this over the past several weeks that the KGA is publishing a centenary publication of testimonies.
所以我们希望如果我们的教会弟兄姐妹有见证啊，我们可以把它写下来。 给我们的leader姐妹啊。
If you have any testimonies you'd like to share, please write them down and give them to Sister Leah Sheck.
应该下个星期就截止日期了。
And I believe the deadline is next week.
所以请大家把你们的美好的见证写下来啊。
So please write down your wonderful testimony.
我们知道说今年的那个每一年都有神训班哈。
And we know this year, as with every year, they have the theological courses.
所以他们需要这个 team leader 哈。
And this year for the YTTC, they need team leaders.
所以如果你想要做 team leader 的话，你要上网来去就是登记啊，来去。
If you would like to be a team leader, please register online.
6月1号截止日期啊。
And the deadline is June 1st.
当然 YTTC 的截止日期申请截止日期是3月31号。
And the application to attend the YTTC is March 31st.
所以如果你要参加神学班的话，请大家请你上网去参加神学班啊。
So if you would like to register, please register online.
我们下个星期18号有4点半有这个我们说这个学习带领诗颂的这个就是课程啊。
So next week at 4:30 there will be a hymnal workshop.
所以那些同龄他们你如果想要参与这方面的圣工啊，比如说你想要学习怎么带领诗颂会前诗颂你都可以留下来参加。
And if you'd like to learn how to lead our hymnal sessions before services, please attend.
所以还有如果你想要参与这个弹琴的侍奉的话也可以哈。
If you would like to get involved in playing piano for church, please also.
所以这个星期4月18号4点半有这个这样的一个训练了。
And this is February 18th at 4:30. There's this.
我们来介绍一下哈。
And so we'll make a few introductions.
刚才跟我们一起聚会讲到的就是美国来的黄世明传道啊。
And the preacher who I just shared a message with us was preacher Steve Wong from the
感
U.S.
谢神，他这次来是协助英总的这个成人神训班。
And he is supporting us for the KGA's ATTC.
所以他明天就要上到纽卡索来去带领了。
So he'll be heading to Newcastle tomorrow.
他这一次来呢，跟他太太一起来哈。
And he is here with his wife.
那我们介绍一下王传道跟他的太太。还有谁第一次跟我们一起聚会？
And is there anyone else who is
其实刚才有一个爱丁堡的一家，他们离开了。
There was a family from Edinburgh.
我们休息一下，4点半王传道会继续跟我们分享，应该是他的传道的经验啊。
And so we'll have a short break, and at 4:30 we'll continue with Preacher Huang sharing his experience as a preacher.
大家平安再会。